Hi, my name is Terry, and I'm here from the Potomac Bead Company today, and I'm going to show you how to do a tubular herringbone stitch with size 8 seed beads and the new SuperDuos that we have. When you start this stitch, you're going to start with a ladder stitch, and you're going to use the size 8 seed beads. So the way that you start is you pick up 2 seed beads, and you go through the first seed bead from bottom to top. So these beads will lay side by side, just like this. And then you go down through the second one that you've added. For the next bead, you pick up one and you go through from top to bottom. For the next segment of your ladder, this is what you do. And then you go back up through that bead that you just added. And you do this until you have 6 beads on your ladder. There's 4. Okay, and here's one more. So all you're basically doing is like a lazy 8 through these beads, so they all lay the same direction, approximately, and with their ends up. Okay, and then once you do that, you're going to join it into a circle. And the way that you do that is you go from bottom to top, back into the first bead that you started with, and then you go back down through the 6th bead that was added. So that joins them into a circle. And then you go back up through the first one again. So your thread is pointing upwards. Your needle too. Your needle's upwards at that point too, just like this. Alright, and now you're going to start stitching with your SuperDuo beads. So you just put your needle in through one hole of it. You slide it down, and you're going to lay this on top of the ladder, and you're going into the second bead that's right next to it. And then you're going to come up in the 3rd bead. You're going to pick up another SuperDuo bead, slide it down, go through the 4th bead. Again, up into the 5th bead. Pick up your SuperDuo. Slide it down. And lay it on top of the 6th bead. Put your needle down through both beads again. And this is what it looks like from the top. Your 3 SuperDuo beads cover all of your size 8 seed beads below. Okay, now you're coming out of the bottom. So this time to connect, you're going to go up through a hole you've already been through in the SuperDuo and the size 8. You're going to come out on top. And now you have your threads on the top. This time you're going to do a row of size 8 beads again. So you're going to pick up 2. You go down through just the SuperDuo bead. Make sure they lay with their pointed ends up, and then go back through the SuperDuo second hole of the bead, just the SuperDuo only. Again, picking up 2 size 8 seed beads, down into the next SuperDuo hole, pull your thread through, make those beads lay flat on top, come back through the other hole in the SuperDuo, and then to complete this row, you're going to add 2 more size 8 seed beads down into the other hole of the SuperDuo, and there's your 3rd row actually. Okay, so when you pick up your next SuperDuo bead, you're going to lay this so it goes across the size 8 beads below. You go down through the size 8 and then up through the next one. You pick up your next SuperDuo bead, you lay it across, you go down through the next one, you're joining this row, and then up through this one, the next one that's right next to it. Now pick up your last SuperDuo, slide it down, and go through below to the 8. So again, to step up at this point, you have to go up through the previous 8 and the SuperDuo, and you join it that way. Now, you notice here on the ends, you have your 8s are apart. So this one, on this row, when you start with the, the SuperDuos are apart. So you notice that when you start with this row, you have to connect these two SuperDuos with your 8s. So you're going to pick up your 2 8s, and then you're going to go down. You're switching directions now. Down into the SuperDuo, and then that joins your previous row together. Then up through the same SuperDuo, second hole. Make sure those guys lay flat on the top there. Pick up your next 2 to join those down through the next SuperDuo. And then up through the last hole in that SuperDuo. And then here it is again. You have your open edges with your herringbone. You connect it with the 2 size 8 seed beads. Oops, got 3 in there. Okay, then you want to step up through the other side of that SuperDuo and through the size 8 again. Okay, so at this point, your next part of your pattern is you're adding the SuperDuo up here next, and then you're joining it down into the next size 8 that you've been through previously. So at this point you see a pattern emerging where you have 2 connected here. You have 2 separate, you have 2 separate, you have 2 separate again, and then you're connecting it at the top. This is the pattern for the herringbone that you're following for that project. So again, up through the next 8, pick up your SuperDuo, lay it across, join it to the previous size 8, and again, there's your pattern. Again on that side, up through this size 8 again, pick up your next SuperDuo, lay it across, back down through. So if you were paying attention, I was working kind of counterclockwise there. Again, to get on the top, you go through that hole in the next SuperDuo, through the 8 and through the hole in the SuperDuo. So this is what you have going on the top, and then you have this on the side. So again, to connect these two, you're adding your 8s, your 2 size 8s, and you're switching directions here. Down through 2, down for the SuperDuo, up to the other second hole in the SuperDuo, pick up 2, down through the previous SuperDuo, up through the second hole, pick up 2, go down through the first one again, just the SuperDuo. And that's how you connect your rows. Step up through your SuperDuo and your size 8 again, and you're back on top. So here, keeping with your pattern, this time you're going to add your SuperDuo, and you're going to connect it to the second, to the other side of that size 8 CB. And there's your pattern. Fairly simple, but you have to remember that you're switching directions. And here's your finished product right here. Done a little bit differently. Use the same color, basically the little purples and a little bit of the SuperDuos that have a little bit of AB purple finish on them also. But it makes a really pretty bracelet. Lots of fun to do, and it works up fairly quickly. As long as you remember each row you're alternating with your size 8s and your SuperDuos. So thanks for watching. Have fun. Good night.